Hey everybody, Anime Abraham here and welcome back to another video where today I will be discussing with you guys as well as telling you guys my response to the Toei Animation situation that happened on YouTube just a few months ago. For those of you who aren't in the know, Toei Animation supposedly gave copyright strikes to hundreds if not thousands of Dragon Ball creators on YouTube, and these weren't creators with small channel sizes. No, these were massive YouTubers who I consider not only inspirations, but some of them I consider good friends. One person that was affected by this the most is Saiyan Scholar. For those of you who don't know who Saiyan Scholar is, he is a Dragon Ball YouTuber who is currently sitting at over 80,000 subscribers under his belt. He was affected the worst out of all of the Dragon Ball creators that were affected by the Toei Animation situation, in that he got over 180 copyright strikes on 90% of his videos. Now, we can all agree that 180 plus copyright strikes is a very scary number, not just for a Dragon Ball YouTuber, but for any YouTuber in general. As if you have 3 strikes on any of the community guidelines, whether it be involving copyright or any of the other community guidelines, you get your channel automatically deleted within 7 days. Luckily, Saiyan Scholar appealed the 180 false copyright strikes that were dished out to him, and all of his videos are back online. Another YouTuber that was affected by this is Damon What If, who I not only consider an inspiration for the What If I Was in Dragon Ball series, but also a personal friend, as I had been chatting with him on social media. Anyway though, with that being said, let's go get into Damon What If's situation. Damon What If's situation with Toei Animation wasn't as strong as Saiyan Scholar's situation, in that he wasn't as affected as broadly as Saiyan Scholar was. However though, regardless of the extent that Damon What If was affected, he was still affected nonetheless, in that he got copyright strikes on his series What If Goku Remembered the Saiyans and What If Goku Mastered Spirit Control. Now you can argue that some of the renders that Damon What If used fall under copyright, as most of these renders came from Dragon Ball games and various other pieces of Dragon Ball media. However though, Damon What If commissions editors to edit these renders so that way they fall under fair use and also correspond to what's happening in the story and that particular part of the What If or the What If itself. With that, Damon What If appealed the copyright strikes as he believed they fell under fair use, and all of them were approved, meaning that all of his videos were back online. Now, in all of the situations that I mentioned in this video, the creators were able to get their channels back, or even their entire videos back, or even their entire playlist back. However though, there are some situations in the Toei Animation situation in which the creator wasn't able to get his channel back. And why wasn't he able to get his channel back? Because the review system on YouTube, specifically for appeals, is manually reviewed by bots. Yes, my friends, your appeal on YouTube isn't reviewed by a human. Instead, it is revealed by a bot. In this case, all of the Dragon Ball YouTubers that were affected by the Toei Animation situation that had their appeals rejected because they were reviewed by bots weren't able to get their channels back. And this is something that I must bring up, because the appeal system on YouTube is really a double-edged sword, in that if your appeal gets rejected, you aren't allowed to appeal again on YouTube. And I think we can all agree that is very scary, considering that if your appeal gets rejected, you aren't allowed to appeal again, meaning that those Dragon Ball creators who got their appeals rejected by YouTube aren't allowed to appeal again, meaning that their channels and quite possibly their careers were ruined because of this fake Toei Animation troll. And because of this, the Toei Animation troll automatically ruined someone's career. Now, here's some things that YouTube can do in order to stop this from happening. Number 1, this is something that I must bring up. Make sure your appeals are reviewed by humans and not bots, as bots have literally no knowledge of the YouTube fair use system, or even the fair use system that the government uses to appeal any copyright court cases, meaning that a bot can reject your appeal at any time. This is very, very scary, and thus makes YouTubers' future, if they do have a copyright strike, very, very much up in the air, as the bots are the ones that decide whether their appeal gets rejected or denied based on their programming and not the fair use laws that exist within the United States of America or any other country's copyright laws, as copyright laws in other countries are handled very differently compared to how they are in the United States. They may handle copyright more strictly, or they may be more lenient when it comes to copyright. Another thing that you can do is to not let trolls impersonate companies, as someone who impersonates a company for their own personal gain is committing a crime, unless as they sell their Twitter domain or their YouTube page to the company itself for a small settlement, meaning that the person who impersonated Toei Animation for his or her own personal gain is actually committing a crime here. And I don't think that YouTube should be okay with someone committing crimes on their platform. Another thing that YouTube can do is this. Make sure that your verification checks extend to companies that just decide to have a YouTube account or already have YouTube accounts. This not only saves the company's reputation, but it also saves them from a heap of trouble, as when a person gets a copyright claim, it shows the company's name along with LTD or LLC, meaning that if it is the actual company, a check mark will appear or a music note will appear, as Toei Animation isn't the only company to impersonated by trolls. Music companies have been known to be impersonated by trolls looking to use their brand name and image for their own personal gain, rather than just the actual company copyright striking them. This has led to multiple situations similar to the Toei Animation situation, so I think that YouTube's verification checks should just extend to company names as well, as if a company decides to have a YouTube channel, anyone can just copy paste the company's name as well as the channel logo and fake the actual Toei Animation channel, and thus create situations like these where creators are powerless against the animation studio or any owner of the actual copyright of the song or any piece of physical media. The final thing that YouTube can do is this. Make sure that the copyright system isn't as easy to abuse. What I mean is, make sure that your copyright system isn't abusable at all. Because let me tell you this, filing false copyright claims is illegal under copyright law. And false copyright claims cost YouTubers hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of damages. Not only that, but the YouTuber also goes through the headache of not only dealing with a copyright strike, but he not only misses out on the views he could have gotten from that video, the subs he could have gotten from that video, and the new comments and support he could have gotten from that video as well, and thus he misses out on the encouragement to make videos as a whole. And I don't think that YouTube should be okay with their copyright system being abused like this, as 180 copyright strikes, as mentioned previously, is a very scary number for a person to have, especially if that person is a prolific creator within the Dragon Ball community, like Saiyan Scholar or Damon What If. Even though Damon What If wasn't affected to the extent that Saiyan Scholar was, he was still affected nonetheless and had 20 plus copyright strikes on his channel, meaning that his channel would have been deleted in 7 days if he had not appealed these copyright strikes and gotten these videos back. Do you see how easy it is for the copyright system to be abused and how much of a headache this creates for the YouTubers? So YouTube, I think that you should make these suggestions in order to prevent situations like this from happening, and thus making the copyright system less and less easy to abuse. And I think that we can make YouTube a better place if we suggest that YouTube do this in an effort to stop situations like these from happening. However though, the Toei troll is under their radar and is currently being evaluated by YouTube as we speak. Even though we don't know the punishment that the Toei troll received, we can assume that it is going to be a big one, as not only did the Toei troll impersonate a company, but abused the absolute ever-loving stuffing out of the copyright system that YouTube has in place. Anyway though guys, with that being said, that's gonna about do it for today's video. See you guys later. Goodbye. Remember, the anime army loves you and will always love you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that being said though guys, peace out, and I'll catch you down the road guys. See you later, and see you guys next time on the next anime related video. Peace.